Cool. We got another question from the chat. It says, ask Tazaryach, what is his view on the rhinestone camp? Saying, I ain't gonna say that, is ready for
right.
relations if she has her cycle.
That's not in the Bible. There's nowhere in the Bible that when a woman comes on her cycle, that means now she's ready. It actually says when she gets the flower of her age. You know, when the flower is growing, you don't do anything with that flower. You wait for that flower to blossom. So what are you doing to that flower? And that's the whole point of the metaphor, why it's called a flower, because the flower, you have to water it, you have to nurture it, you have to care for it. And that's what a father is supposed to be doing. And here's a scripture. This is Ecclesiasticus. I don't know if y'all subscribe to the Apocrypha, but I do. This is Ecclesiasticus 42, I believe. Yes. This is Ecclesiasticus 42:9. This is what a father actually does. A father doesn't do like the grindstone camp where they promote that nonsense. It says, the father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep when she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated. That you see how it says flower of her age? The flower is when she comes on her cycle or period, is what we might say. That doesn't mean that she's ready to have sex. She'd be 9 years old. I mean, and sidebar, what man is trying to be with the damn 9-year-old? Like, you got to think, like, there's a weird psychology that now I'm not faulting the sister for asking a question because she's supposed to. And what I'm going to say has nothing to do with her. But the fact that she has to ask that question shows you the messed up psychology in men. There's a messed up psychology in men where they would actually go out and teach that you can do that. And here, and I can give you another biblical example of how they conducted themselves. This is in the New Testament. This is Luke 2, verse 36. Now it says, now this is talking about a woman, and this is letting you know when a woman gets on her flower, what it's called. And I'm gonna explain. This is Luke 2:36. And there was one Anna, a prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel of the tribe of Asher. She was of great age and lived with an husband 7 years from her virginity. So even the term virgin, which just means young woman, is when you come on your flower. So when it says 7 years from her virginity, let's say if she got on her flower at age 13, 7 years from that, she's 20, or even if you say 12, let's say 7 years from that, she's 19 or 20. That's when she got married to her husband. So now we have a biblical example of how they conducted matters in the Bible. So I've never seen nothing in the Bible where they was marrying girls at 9 and stuff like that. And that's a horrible doctrine by some disgusting animals.
Wow. Without the GOP. I think it was a video out there. I don't know if you've seen it with the GMS camp in New York with Polight when he asked one of
the that's the group she talk about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and, because they wasn't teaching just to the underage girls. They was also teaching the R word. They was teaching that you can R word a woman, like you can do it by force, which is another just like I just don't know what we want to do to black women. Like we want black women to change, be quiet, be humble, but then we teaching that you can force them if you want. And I just ain't seen that nowhere in the Bible that you can actually force a woman to do that act.
And it's a crazy thing that he got caught up in something. Polight.
Oh, don't get me started on Polight. I was talking about I was talking about Polight. That's back in 2013. We was talking about Polight with that. And then if you think about it, there's a video when I did the whole cross the line thing where I told Polight, cross the line and get the F out of here and stuff like that. That was on the premise of when I gave Kadazar the microphone and he tried to tell Kadazar, oh, your daddy letting you speak, like trying to say I'm Kadazar's daddy. And so Kadazar just simply responded and said, if you want to call him my spiritual father, that's fine. Your spiritual father is a child molester, and he lost his mind. Now we know why he lost his mind. Because he was the child molester. He's in jail for the R word. Like if you look up Brother Polight and his chart, his name is Michael Nowak. So if you was to look up Michael Nowak in Florida, he's in jail. I think he's serving 7 years for the R word. That's one of the charges. Wow. And he did it to I think she was 14.
Wow.
And that's what and think about that psychology. I know that's not the subject, but being with the question, think about the psychology. He was going in front of camps. He was going in front of Israelite camps that was teaching it. And I'm not against him. I'm not against nobody going against somebody teaching that, but I am against hypocrisy. So at the same time he teaching, trying to expose them for doing it.
Yeah.
He goes to jail for what he was. It reminds me of Eddie Long. Eddie Long was the same way. Eddie Long was doing rallies against homosexuality. He was doing rallies against, he wasn't doing he was doing rallies against child molestation. And then lo and behold, he was doing the same exact thing. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.